The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. What is going on, my Go Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 342. We are streaming live on YouTube and over on Twitter, or X, if you will, to over 150 countries worldwide. If you're out there in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. And if you have a question throughout the chat, go ahead and put it out there, or comments, whatever. If it's kind of close to the discussion that we're having, we'll bring those up and all of that. If you are listening to replay or listening to a podcast, the conversation doesn't have to stop now. Go ahead and utilize that comment section below and let us know how ugly we are and how bad of a show this is and all that good stuff. If you are listening to it in podcast form, go ahead and rate, review, and share, if you will. If you would like to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends over at Wilder Tactical. That number is 530-364-4678. And go check out our friends over at wildertactical.com. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole and you're in that darkness and you're looking for the light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I might be able to walk you through some stuff. More importantly, I could probably just be a really good ear to listen to anything and everything that you have to say. If you are looking for someone that can get you towards some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. You've got a lot of brothers out here that are willing and able to do anything and everything we can for you. And number two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the excuse me, got something in my throat there. Utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans, press the number 1. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title of United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we're a proud member of the Firearms Radio Network. Go check out all your favorite pro gun, pro toy podcasts over at firearmsradio.net. Let's get this off of my ugly mug and say hello to the merry band of idiots. Yes. We've got from Anderson Manufacturing, our good friend Kyle. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's up, Trey? Thanks for having me on, brother.
Absolutely. What's going on at Anderson? You guys have a good Memorial Day. I know you guys had a really good sale going. How'd that go for you guys?
Sale went great. A lot of web traffic coming from that thing. Don't care to discuss numbers or anything like that, but it went great.
No. It would never ask the numbers, no.
Oh, yeah. But, sale went great. And, man, you know how it is coming off of a 3-day weekend. Well, no, you don't.
I do not. I did not have a weekend. I worked my ass off this weekend.
Yeah,
one of our busiest Memorial Day weekends in 20 plus years since I've been at the place that I currently work. So, great weekend. But I know probably coming back on Tuesday, you guys probably had a whole lot of stuff you had to do, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of playing catch up. And then Tuesday is just like a smack in the face, back to reality. Like, get back to work. Yeah.
I honestly, I got a text from someone today. And they're like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, that's Wednesday. And he goes, yeah, tomorrow. And I was like, no, it's Wednesday. He's like, yeah, tomorrow. I'm like, oh, crap. It is Tuesday, isn't it? So,
yeah, it feels like a Monday on steroids.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I guess you have a short week this week. So, I mean, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jacob says, none of you are ugly.
Thanks, Jake.
I appreciate you, Jacob. Wow, that's very nice of you.
That's what my mom said too.
My mom said I'm the best kisser. What movie was that? I can't remember. That was a good one though. My mama said I was the best kisser. Anyways, yeah. Speaking of weird people, from the weirdest state in the union, the only state that has 4 letters, it takes 2 people to spell it out. From the 740, we have Chris. What's up, homie?
Oh, not much. Thanks for the invite. And,
Yeah, man.
I literally did nothing this weekend.
Sometimes that's a good thing, though. You know,
I didn't even shoot a gun this weekend. So
I did not do that. I was working all weekend, but
yeah, I did a lot of sleeping. So
I wish
I felt pretty good.
So something's happened over the last couple of days, and it's kind of irking me a little bit. You guys into like, I know you guys are into cars, but you all into like F1 racing?
I haven't watched it in years.
I've never watched a race. Never done anything, and I had watched, what was it, last week or so? I watched Gran Turismo or whatever a couple weeks ago, and it popped up like you also may like in this F1 series that I guess started 4 or 5 years ago or before COVID. Talking, it goes like it's a season by season thing of F1. I was like, you know what? And so I talked to Chase a couple times a day, and he's big into F1. He's going through. I don't give a shit that people, I don't like car racing. They're just boring. Like, why are you taking left turns all day? That can't be fun, But he was like, oh, no, this is street racing and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I started watching the F1 series, and now I'm kind of hooked, and it's really starting to piss me off. I still have never watched a race. I still don't know anything about it. There's so much stuff that goes on. There's so much politics and all that stuff that happened, I guess, in F1. It's kind of interesting. So if you guys have ever watched the F1 series, I just got done with season 1. I'm going to start season 2 later on, and there's like 6 seasons already. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, but it's a little upsetting because now I just like, there's a part of me that wants to watch this series, but like, I don't want to watch the races. Like, I'm still not interested in watching the races, which is kind of weird, right? I mean, it's kind of strange that you'd want to watch this series. I probably will end up watching some races, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, when I was working in the steel mills, when I was on night shift, we had to work every other weekend. So we would get off at 7 a.m. Well, that's when those races start.
Right. Yeah.
And back then I was addicted to watching it because it was just wild to see a car going 200 miles an hour through a city. And that's the one thing that is kind of cool. These guys are not taking left turns like around an oval. They're going 200 miles an hour plus, and sometimes you'll get like 3 wide on this like really narrow road. You're like, oh, someone's getting ready to die, Yeah, and then back then there was a big rivalry. It was Michael Schumacher I think he was racing Ferrari back then.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the guy's name that was racing for McLaren. I believe it was one of the Mercedes companies.
Yeah.
But they had this huge rival, and they were always like first and second, going back and forth. So it was kind of fun to watch back then.
Yeah. And I know a lot of these racers and all that. I know, like Lewis Hamilton, I know it, but like you hear their names, but like I said, I mean, I've never gotten into it, and it's like, damn it. Like, do I have to start watching races now? Like, I don't know. I'm still not there yet, but we'll see. What else? I'm kind of tired, so I guess that's all I got so far. All right, good show, guys. We'll see you next week. No, I'm just kidding. You guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday at 10 a.m. over on our YouTube community tab, we have the pony polls. Let's go and take a look at the pony polls. First one went out. The first one we're going to talk about went out yesterday. It's got over 1,000 votes. All right, guys, we're talking about cooking out, grilling in the backyard. Are you guys gas grillers? And oh, by the way, let's hear the answers out there in the chat as well. But are you guys gas grillers or charcoal grillers? Because it's a pretty heavy debate sometimes. So, Kyle, you gas or charcoal guy?
I'm charcoal all the way. I'm not going to judge you for gas because I get it.
Yep.
Very simple concept there, but charcoal just brings a whole different element to
it. Does.
So
it does. Yeah. Chris, what about you? Gas or charcoal?
I'm gas, but I would much rather eat something off a charcoal grill. I just don't want to take the time to do it.
Yeah, I'm a gas guy simply because that's how I was raised. My dad always had gas grills. I enjoy a good charcoal grill. My issue with charcoal grill is depending on the charcoal, like you've got to be careful with charcoal because things can get overcooked very quickly or dried out very quickly if the heat isn't distributed correctly. With gas, it's going to be relatively consistent because it's what it is. I cook on both. I cook on charcoal at work and cook on gas when I'm here. But honestly, I don't remember the last time I've actually cooked that on the grill. A lot of my steaks I do now, I do searing on the oven and the stove. But yeah, I like doing burgers and stuff like that. It really doesn't matter. I do like the charcoal idea that you can throw maybe some mesquite bricks in there and kind of get some different flavors and all of that stuff. But damn it, Bobby. Exactly.
I was gonna say, I knew Hank Hill was gonna hop in the comments.
Yeah, he has to, right? Charcoal, I think charcoal does. I like charcoal, the results better. I think it's easier cooking with gas, especially clean up and everything else,
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Let's see here. Over 1,000 votes, 71% say charcoal. I get that. I understand why the vast majority would go charcoal. The flavoring is usually better. You've got all of that stuff. So yeah, if you're just talking about the grilling side of things and don't take into consideration cleanups and setups and all of that, yeah, charcoal. But when you throw it all in the thing, like I said, I'm more of a gas guy just because that's how I grew up. My dad always had gas grills and all that, so that's just how I was kind of raised. So it is what it is. Next one, 1.3 thousand votes. This weekend for Memorial Day, kind of what for, or not necessarily for just Memorial Day, but any like summer holiday, what's the go-to grill food? Is it burgers or dogs? And I know that most people do both, but if you had to choose one, do you like going burgers or dogs? Chris, will start with you.
If I'm choosing, I'm going with a burger.
Yep. Kyle, what about you?
Golly, this one's tough.
It is. I like them both. Yeah. Usually it's both. Let's go throw some burgers and dogs out there. But
I gotta go burger too, Chris. I gotta go burger with you, buddy.
I'm a big burger guy. I love burgers. Now are y'all ground fresh ground beef and you're molding your own patties, or are you going the frozen patties to save time, or what do y'all usually do?
Oh, I'm molding that. I'm molding that up, slapping some spice in there, some flavoring, some seasonings. Yeah. Maybe some cheese. Depends on if I'm feeling.
What flavor cheese? Like what kind of cheese are you going with?
Cheddar.
Okay, just straight cheddar. Okay.
Yeah, straight cheddar. Not mild cheddar, straight cheddar.
I think for me, and I'll bring Chris in. You guys can talk about this, but I think cheddar or just the regular American are like the only two for grill burgers. I think those are the only two. A lot of people will go with different cheeses, but like I love Swiss cheese on a burger, but I'm not going to throw it on like a grill burger. I think it's got to be cheddar or American. It's just the way it goes.
There's something iconic about that Kraft single being melted on top.
And it just kind of just curves around the pan.
Yeah,
boy. Now, do you guys go straight? Oh, Chris, do you go frozen or fresh ground beef?
Fresh ground beef.
Yeah.
Pepper
now, do
jack.
you guys?
I love pepper jack cheese. Yeah.
I see. My wife loves pepper jack. I'm not a huge pepper jack fan. I don't mind it. But on a burger, I'd probably go American or cheddar. Probably if I had only one, I'd probably go American. Now, if you can find some extra sharp cheddar, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Do you guys, when you mold your patties, are you going ground beef only, or is it a mixture of ground pork, ground chicken, or ground turkey? Or is it just straight ground beef?
I'll do some like breadcrumbs just to kind of get that consistency. And if I'm like feeling really like Chef Boyardee that day, I might crack an egg.
Oh, I'm all for egg on burger, but I'm gonna we like when we do ground beef, a lot of stuff we'll do with patties and stuff. We'll do ground beef and ground pork mixture. And nice. I think that pork brings, because you get that lean ground beef, which is great, but you get that pork and it brings a little bit of that fatty into it, that flavor. Not a lot, probably like a 4-to-1 ratio, just a little bit, but I don't know who that is, so let's deny that call. But yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, no, I eggs on cheese. Where do you stand on that, Chris? I'm a big fan of like a sunny side up egg on a hamburger. Oh, baby.
Yeah, that's not something that I really got into till a couple years ago. Man, now it's like if there's a chance to get an egg on a burger, I'm putting it on there.
Yeah, it's and a lot of people, and I don't know if that's a Southern thing or not, but like there's a lot of people that never heard of a sunny side up egg on a burger, and it's like, man, you don't really especially if you break that yolk and it just starts, oh my God, it might not be anything better, really. It's great. I'm a cheeseburger person, though. I love cheeseburgers. And so, I mean, like, I didn't think about this, but Italian food and Japanese food, Mexican food and all that, when people think American food, like, what is American food? I think I would go with a burger. I think that I know that's a hamburger and it's from Germany, but I think we took the idea of the hamburger and made it what it is. I think that a burger is about an American tradition, especially a grilled hamburger. I think this is about as American as it gets. Don't you think? What do you think when people think of American food? What do you go with?
100%. I agree with you on the hamburger.
Yeah. I think if someone was to come over from a foreign country and say, look, I've got a meal tonight, like, what's the American meal? I'm going to burger or fries, I mean, that's just, I think that's about as American as it gets. Maybe steak. I don't know. Maybe steak. Some people maybe consider steak as American or, barbecue or something, but I think just real simply, I think that a burger is what we have. What do you guys think out there in the chat? What's when you think of American food, what is it? So Jacob says egg on a burger other than breakfast. I've never heard of that for Memorial Day. And it's not for Memorial Day. This is any time. If you've never had a sunny side up egg on top of a burger, you need to do that. It will change your idea of a great burger. For a burger, how do you cook the eggs? Yeah, sunny side up. I mean, I guess you could do it however you want. I like it sunny side up because I'll break that yolk and I just let that yolk just, so good.
Kyle, would you agree though? Like I don't think we ever had like a brunch burger until the last few years up here. Do you? Like,
oh no.
Yeah, it was never like popular up here until just the last few years.
Interesting.
I think it was Red Robin that sparked
that might be it.
Yeah, I think
Red Robin gum. But they have Red Robin like restaurants?
Yeah.
Oh, see, down here it's only like you can get like frozen food Red Robin, but I didn't know they're an actual. I guess that's why they have frozen food now. I didn't know. I've never seen an actual restaurant.
But Ghost, I think you hit it on the head. I think burger and fries, maybe like a shake.
The chocolate shake.
Like a 50s,
yeah.
Kind of like set up diner
Absolutely.
going on.
Like, oh man, yeah. I would love, like, you walk in and they've got the black and white tile floors and a jukebox. Like
you got the little
like a Fuddruckers or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for like the old style burger shops, man. We've got one of the best burgers in the state of Arkansas, about 3 minutes from my house, and it's always ranked in the top 3 or 4 of the state. And we don't go to as much, but because they're only open from like 10 to 2. which is strange, but okay. But yeah, I'm a big burger guy. Are you guys curly fries, like crinkle fries, straight fries, or onion rings, or what? What do you like going with the burger?
I'm going crinkle cuts.
Yeah. Chris, what about you?
I'm a curly fry guy.
My wife's a big curly fry person. I really like the crinkle.
Cup of cheese.
Interesting. Cheese on the fries, huh? Like nacho cheese?
Yeah.
Okay. If I could find crinkle fries, I'm definitely going crinkle. But I'll eat them all, but I never heard of cheese. I will say this, that I love basket fries. If I could find some basket fries, I'll always go. Like, man, great fries. But we were in Tulsa, man. This is like 2017 or so, and I don't know if it was Snob or someone else took us out to this restaurant, and I just said, "That's gonna be burger and fries," you know. And with the fries, it came with the basket fries and came a thing of gravy, white gravy, which I love white gravy, but I didn't know this was a thing. But apparently, like at that restaurant, they're famous for dunking your basket fries into white gravy. And like when I asked them for like, you don't need ketchup or anything, like she got offended. I didn't know what the gravy was for. I thought the gravy might be for the burger, which would be fine with me too. Like I'm all for that as well. But no, she was like, "Oh no, that's for the fries," and tried it out. I'm not gonna lie, man, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Now I'm a big fan of white gravy, so that helps. But yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yo, Chris, Arby's, they got the best curly fries out there.
Oh yeah, we had that Saturday, and then I get you can get the cheese cups at Arby's too to dip.
See, I've never had the cheese with Arby fries. I've never even thought about that. Have y'all ever had Popeye's chicken? Popeye's has pretty damn good curly fries too. They have the Cajun fries. Oh, they're pretty smart.
I haven't tried that.
The Cajun fries are really, really good. Like my wife's not a big fan of Arby's, but like when I'll go get an Arby's, I love Arby's. She's like, "Oh, just give me an order of fries." So she likes the curly fries. Pretty good.
First time I ever went to Popeyes was when everybody's making a big hoopla about the Popeye spicy chicken sandwich. Like people were fighting each other over these things.
I get the same thing. I get the 5-piece chicken strip. But I'm that guy. I'm a weird dude. Like once I go somewhere and I find something that I like, I kind of stick with that every time I go. You know. I tell you what, if you need to try also at Popeyes, if you ever go back, they have the popcorn shrimp, the fried popcorn shrimp. Their popcorn shrimp is legit. It's really good. Man. For a fast food popcorn shrimp, Popeyes might have the best. It's pretty good. Cheese and fries. Jacob says, "Ooh, that sounds good. I'm going to try that next time." I've never tried it. I like cheese and I like fries, so you know. Jacob says Arby's supposedly has a hidden menu item called the Meat Mountain, and it's every meat they have between 2 buns for $10. Is that you're shaking your head? Do you know about this? Do you guys know about this?
It does exist. I have seen it consumed on a 30-minute lunch break by, I know he's not out there, but the infamous Kevin Trailer, who used to work here. That dude could eat.
So, like every meat, when they say every meat that's on their menu, like roast beef, ham, like everything.
Yeah, everything. Chicken tenders.
Is it like big? Is it huge?
It's huge. I was with him, and we're in the drive-thru. He orders it, and I hear the person at the drive-thru say, "Damn it!"
Really?
Yeah, they do not advertise it, but yeah, the Meat Mountain is a thing. And it is a beast.
Wow, I didn't know this was a thing. Not that I'm going to go and do it, but I would like to see what it looks like. I might have to Google that one time. I'm sure someone's posted a picture of it, but
oh yeah, I'm sure it's a simple Google too.
Yeah, Meat Mountain. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I just looked it up. It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Meat Mountain.
Wow.
I was gonna say we got.
Wow, that looks like a walking heart attack. I'm not gonna lie.
That has a full chicken patty on the bottom of it.
Full chicken patty.
Those are the tenders.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay. Interesting.
He even took the lid off and put some curly fries on top.
I mean, you got to, right? So are y'all for or against? Are you pro or anti fries on a burger? I used to, like in I was like middle school, then had like the school burgers that were just I'd put some fries on there just to make it taste better, but I don't do that anymore. But I know there's a lot of people that still do fries on burgers.
Yeah, I'd never judge anybody for doing it, but I think if you got to put fries on your burger,
it's not a good burger. I tend to agree. Just like if you have to use steak sauce, something's wrong with that steak.
Fat.
You know?
Yeah.
The way it is. You guys, I'm a big sandwich guy. I love sandwiches. Like I'm kind of like Joey. If someone says, "What's your favorite food?" I might have to say, like, just in general, sandwiches. I love sandwiches, but like I love putting potato chips on sandwiches. Do you guys put potato chips on sandwiches?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Good. It's like I think it's something that you just inherit as a kid. Like your mom did as a kid, so now she gives it to you, and then you grow up.
And I put salt and vinegar chips on my like ham sandwiches now, and salt and vinegar chips on a sandwich is pretty beast, man.
Haven't tried that. I'm usually like Doritos.
If you like, Doritos, like I love like ranch Doritos on like a club sandwich. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
But if you like salt and vinegar stuff, try the salt and vinegar chips on a sandwich. It's pretty good.
I'll have to give that a go.
Oh yeah, Ed Zacker's grilled cheese and tomato soup. See, I can't stand tomatoes, and I'm not a huge tomato soup guy, except if I'm dunking a grilled cheese in it, and I'm all for it at that point. Ooh, you know what? I might do grilled cheese tonight. That sounds good.
Y'all making me hungry over here.
Man, these pretzels are making me thirsty, you know?
Yeah.
Rich out there says, had a salad in Pittsburgh several years ago, and they put fries in it. It was really? Fries in a salad? I mean, I don't mind salad. I didn't eat salad until about 10 years ago. I don't like rabbit food. But if you put fries on it, that might not be bad. I'd say one of the best salads I ever had was here. One of the local barbecue places started doing a pulled pork barbecue salad, which is just a normal salad, but they put pulled pork barbecue meat on it. And then you drizzle ranch and the barbecue sauce and mix, and all that. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Favorite sandwich: toasted pumpernickel, mayo, Dijon mustard, salami, pastrami, ham, Swiss cheese, lettuce, and pickles. There's not a whole lot on that list that I like. Pumpernickel, nope. Mayo, love it. Dijon mustard, nope. Salami, pastrami, not really. Ham, yep. Swiss cheese, 100%. Lettuce and pickles. Yep. So I guess like my go-to would be a club, but I'm not doing like the bacon club or the chicken club. I'm going to go roast beef, ham, and turkey club. And I'm going to throw on some Cool Ranch Doritos, a mixture. I put mayonnaise and mustard, regular mustard, mayonnaise and mustard together, mix it together, lettuce and pickle and onions. Oh my God. It's a pretty good sandwich right there. But yeah, there's one bar in town that has an item called the Two Fist Burger, and they don't advertise how many ounces it is, but I ordered one, and he thinks it's about 1.5 pounds of burger patty with 8 strips of bacon, cheese, and a side of fries for $14. That's a hell of a deal, actually. That's very interesting.
1.5 pounds?
1.5 pounds. Plus 8 strips of bacon, cheese, and a side of fries for $14. That might be one of the best deals ever.
Yeah. That's a big old burger.
I mean, 8 strips of bacon these days could cost you $14, you know.
1.5 pounds of meat.
1.5 pounds of meat. I'm telling you. And fries? Come on.
That's still cheaper than a burger from Wendy's without fries.
That's kind of crazy.
I do like Wendy's burgers. But have you noticed that Wendy's burgers are like half the size they used to be a few years back? It's like, come on, I gotta order a double just to feel like I'm getting something. I don't know. Anyways, 1.3 thousand votes. 81% say the burger. 81% say the burger. I picked burger. I'm not gonna badmouth anyone that picks hot dogs. I even saw someone mention like brats and sausage. I'm okay with that as well. But yeah, burger. Like burgers, like the best lake food or cookout food, whatever. That's just, because you just have it and you have all the stuff over there. Hey, go make it however you want. I want to give you that beef patty. What you create with that is up to you, because it can go any direction you want. Some people put jalapenos on there, all sorts of weird stuff.
Question for you here.
Yeah, man.
If you're grilling burgers, are you toasting them buns on the grill too?
I'm not going to toast them. I'm going to put them on there to where, see, I don't like even when I eat toast, I don't like a hard toast. I like it where it's just lightly toasted, but it's warm. That's how I like the bread. Is I want it just, it's not, you can still fold it if you had to or work with it, but it's lightly toasted, but it's warm. That's where I like the bread. Just
a little crispy on the outside. Everything
that's
else.
It.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Still white.
Chris, what about you? Toasted buns?
Yeah. Put a little butter on the bottom side of that and stick it on the grill for just a little bit.
So I'll tell you something. This is just me. Get some butter and some garlic, just a little bit of garlic, mix it together, and use garlic butter.
Ooh.
It'll change the whole palate for you. So good. When you guys are grilling out, real quick, we can talk about grilling out forever, but you guys are grilling out. How do you season your meat? That sounds weird, but do you have salt and pepper, or do you use, what kind of seasoning do you use? Is it just straight meat, salt and pepper, and you throw it on the grill, or what?
I'm a big fan of Montreal steak seasoning.
I don't know what that is.
Popular one around here.
Is it? Okay. Is it like a spicy thing
grinder type things?
Is it like a spicy or smoky or what?
Well, you can get it. I think you can get it. There's 2 or 3 versions of it. There's like the regular, and then there's a mesquite, and then I think they have a smoky now too.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what's in it. I just been using it for years. I love it on steaks too. Put a little bit of beer on top of that steak, and then put the Montreal steak seasoning on top of the beer. My
go-to is the thing called Tony Chachere's, and it's a Cajun. That or Cavender's. I really like Cavender's as well. But if I want a kick, I'll go with Tony Chachere's, and it's a Cajun spice, and it's got a little kick to it. It's pretty good. Jake is on the topic of food. Who here likes grits, or what is it? I want to say that grits is a corn-based thing. I never did like grits until I moved here, and the place that I work, the restaurant where I work, has grits, and they're really good. They actually add like chicken broth to the grits, and it's really good. But maybe it's the texture. I'm not really sure. I've never been a grits guy. You guys like grits?
I love grits.
Yeah.
Actually, I think grits saved my life in boot camp.
Please tell me, how did that happen?
Oh, no, I was just, I was kind of pushing the weight when I first got there. So I had the racing stripes and was eating half rats, and they'd give me all the grits I fucking wanted. See,
I was a double rat guy.
Yeah, you're a little fella.
I went into the Marine Corps at 130 pounds.
Oh man,
I was a double rat guy, and I couldn't eat all that shit. Obviously we were burning a ton of calories, but I just couldn't eat that much. So I had all the half rat guys eat. I said, take that. they take something, but yeah, the old half rats. We had a dude. So on family day was like the Sunday prior to graduation. We graduated on a Friday. The Sunday prior, we got to spend a few hours with our parents if they were able to make it or whatever. And we went after church. We fall out from formation, and our parents are there. You go spend a few hours. You get to have burgers, use sodas. It was great. But we had a kid that lost over 40 pounds, almost 45 pounds. and his family walked by him like 2 or 3 times, because we had a thing like we had to be the POA.
Yeah.
Like until your family came up to you, then you could, move. And like they didn't recognize it. They just kept walking past. And finally he was like, Mom, and they stopped and they just started bawling because I mean, like for real, like he lost over 45 pounds and his family did not recognize him at all.
Yep.
How much did you lose in boot camp?
Somewhere around 30.
Did you really?
I didn't have like the loose skin hanging stuff or anything like that.
Just
I was always just a solid dude.
Yeah.
But I played offensive tackle, so like my whole life I've been told like beef up.
Eat. Yeah.
And then come boot camp, I barely made shipping weight. So they're like, you can still do pull-ups, but you got to make it into the Marine Corps weight standards. So I think I wound up like losing like 33, 34 pounds.
I think I gained like 10 pounds, 10, 12 pounds in boot camp. And then I gained some more at combat school and different things. I got up to about 150. And I was solid. Like for someone's like 5'7", I was solid. And then we go to SEER and I lose 30 at SEER. And I came back and there are pictures my wife has, and I got to find them somewhere of like, I had just gotten back from all that. We were gone for, 4.5, almost 4 and 5 months, I guess, and doing different stuff. And I came back and like, she has pictures of me and I was like, I had my shirt off and I didn't realize how much weight. I mean, it's scary. Like how thin, like I went back down to like 120 pounds, 125 pounds. And I was like just skin and bone. It was like, God, was I that little? And she's like, yeah, you were.
It's kind of what my boot camp pictures look like. Even with a shirt on, like you could see my ribs clearly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Jake, is it true that when graduating, recruits cannot move from formation until family meets them, or is that a different country? No, graduation, they're going to say fall out. And let's just be honest. Like, I was in San Diego and Kyle was at Paris Island, but I went to San Diego, and let's just be honest, there was a lot of people whose families probably couldn't fly out to San Diego for the graduation. So once graduation, they said fall out, and you were walking around and either you saw your family or not. But this was a thing that for family day, like you had to stay in formation until your family came up to. That way they knew that, because if you didn't have family, then you couldn't go to family day. What they did is they took them, I think that was in like June for us. And so if you didn't have family there, they took you down to the Padres, had a baseball game. They took them down and go to a Padres game. So they didn't want you just falling out because they didn't want people to just weird, so you had to have family there to come get you. And if you didn't, then you had to stay in formation. That way they could kind of keep a head count of, who was walking around free willy and not. So, and I had most of my friends, their family didn't show. My mom and dad did, but I had a lot of buddies that didn't. And I was like, well, can I just take him with us? And they're like, no, he can't. He's got to, I was like, oh, that sucks. So, Foxtrot 69 did his boot camp in Great Lakes in 87. I think that the Navy's still doing it at Great Lakes, are they not? I think the boot camp is still at Great Lakes. I think Air Force is down at Lackland and San Antonio still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still in Great Lakes.
Yeah. All right, last one. Got 1.6 thousand votes. Kind of a fun one. Who wins in a gunfight, folks? Who wins in a gunfight? The FBI versus Stormtroopers. Who wins that gunfight? Kyle, who wins that gunfight? Assuming that they don't raid the Stormtroopers lawlessly, who wins that battle?
I'm going Stormtroopers on this one.
Interesting.
I really have no rhyme or reason. It just sounds funny.
It feels right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, neither one of them can hit jack shit. So, you know what? I don't think either one. I think they both sides run out of ammo before anyone actually wins.
Just completely black on ammo.
I should have made that the third issue is both sides, FBI wins, Stormtroopers win, or both sides run out of ammo. Because I think I know where that vote would go. Chris, what about you? FBI or Stormtroopers?
I got to go Stormtroopers too.
Yeah. Gabriel says, what about the Denver police hitting 6 bystanders and the perp with 7 shots? You know what? I'll give to them this. At least they took 7 shots and hit 7 people. That's amazing in itself. Unfortunately, 6 of them were innocent bystanders. But I'm just amazed that the police went 7 for 7. Let's just be honest. Jacob says, U.S. Stormtroopers that are supporting Darth Vader from another planet. I gotta go Stormtroopers too. I don't have a lot of faith with the FBI. Because the FBI's qualifying procedure is like a 50-round qualifying procedure, and we do the same thing here in Arkansas for the enhanced concealed carry, not regular, but the enhanced concealed carry. We do exactly what they do, and like I can shoot left-handed and score. I mean, 50 out of 50. It's not difficult, or at least pass. And it's not difficult. So they're not, and you know as well as I do, they don't spend a whole lot of time on the range. I don't think. I think that they're too busy doing investigations and all of that. If you put ballistic gel in front of the FBI, the Stormtrooper wins. That's probably fair. Much more important than anything else, how fun would it be to get like the Stormtrooper blaster and just go fully auto and just shooting lasers in full auto? Like that would be the way to go. Like you can't outrun a laser. I'm sorry. Not going to do it. You can't hide behind a brick wall. Laser goes through the brick wall, I'm pretty sure, you know. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking Stormtroopers win that fight. 1.6 thousand votes. 64% got it right that say the Stormtroopers. 64% got it right. Yeah, so those are the pony polls this week. Make sure that you go check out our friends over at AndersonManufacturing.com. If you're wanting to buy something, you want to save a little bit of money, there's a couple different codes that you can use. You can use the code GHOST if you want, or you can use the code Chris from the 740. We both have codes. We don't make any money off of it. It's just there to help you save a little bit of money. And thanks for Anderson for doing that for people that follow our shit. And like I said, you can save a little bit of money and no strings attached. You don't have to subscribe to anything. You don't have to follow anything. You don't have to do jack. Just check out, type in either Ghost or Chris from the 740. Now, Chris, yours is Chris from the 740, like no spaces, right? Just straight through.
Yep.
Okay. And mine's just Ghost. So save a little bit of money. They're giving you money to save. They're giving it to you. Take advantage of it. Take advantage. Fix says lasers are gay. You're gay. Lasers are badass. Is it a laser or plasma blaster? Bro, I'm not nerdy enough to go. Now, if Clover was here, like he'd be all over that nerd out shit about if it's laser. I don't know. I
was gonna say if Clover was here, he'd definitely know.
He would.
He surprised me when I didn't really know him and I went on his podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, I chose May the 4th. I'll never forget.
May
the 4th because that's going to have a cool theme to it. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, I went on that club, nerded out, was talking about I'd never heard of. And I'm just like, yeah.
Like, I'm a Star Wars geek, but like, he is like Emperor Palpatine of Star Wars lore shit. Like, he's watched all like the cartoons, he's read all the comics. Like, it's like, bro, like, he's like, you didn't read it when you were growing up? I said, no, dude, I was getting laid. Sorry. You know? But no, he's, Jake says, I'm surprised he's not here. I think they've had some weather. I think they don't have power still. So, and I wouldn't want him to jump on his phone because, I mean, hell, I don't know how he might not be able to charge that phone back up. So, we'll see him next week, I'm sure. Hopefully the power gets back up here shortly, but they had some pretty interesting weather over the weekend. Here in Arkansas, we had 7 tornadoes over the weekend. Here it was beautiful. It was supposed to rain. We never got anything. It was hot and sunny, but like northwest Arkansas got hit. Bunch of it got hit by tornadoes. And the next day, northeast Arkansas got hit by tornadoes, and there was some south Arkansas. Like I'm in north central, and it was just beautiful all weekend, but there was some severe weather this weekend. Did you guys get hit by anything? I know that Kyle, Kentucky was hit pretty hard last week for a little bit.
Yeah, I know we confirmed at least had 2. I'm not sure if we had any more after that. One of my good buddies, he lives down south, and one actually hit his house. It was a F1, thankfully, so it didn't cause too much damage, but
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is good. What about you, Chris? Anything up there?
We just had a lot of rain, but
yeah,
storm-wise, it's been pretty calm around here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've had some storms here, boy. It's crazy. Mandatory Carey says, not going to be that guy, but he went to be that guy. He says, but Star Wars doesn't use lasers. They use plasmified gas. I'm sorry. I'll be good now. No, hey, you gotta nerd out all you want, man. Nerd out. Oh, my goodness. Who is that? We'll make you famous. We'll make you famous. Can she hear me or no?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. I was just joking. I like embarrassing people. It's fun. But yeah, so yeah, I had some pretty decent weather this weekend. We were supposed to have rain, but it never did. It was hot and sunny, which is great because, you know, when you have an outdoor activity, you know, it's nice to have good weather on Memorial Day weekend. Like I said, I think it was probably the second busiest we've had since I've been here. The biggest one was COVID year. Man, that was a nuts weekend because it was weird because everyone, it was right after the COVID shut down. And so like the place we have is like they call it the island. And so, and like there's like a bunch, like hundreds and hundreds of homes, but half of them are like weekenders from Dallas and Memphis and St. Louis and all that. Well, when they said everyone was working from home, everyone came to the island and said, if we're going to work from home, we're going to work from the lake house. Right. And now it was like a Memorial Day weekend for 6 straight months. COVID was crazy. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Business wise, we'll never touch that. We'll never touch that again, business wise, by far. But yeah. Go check out Anderson Manufacturing. Like I said, use Ghost is a code, or Chris from the 740 is a code. We were going to talk a little bit with John, but John got pulled over to a much more popular podcast. So Ginger's over with the We Like Shooting guys, with Sean Heron and all those guys. So I see where his loyalty lies. It's wherever he can whore himself out to the, to whatever. But yeah, he's over there with We Like Shooting. So go check out. He's probably live right now. And go check out. You know what? We should go to We Like Shooting and simulcast it. Wouldn't that be fun?
It's almost as if Ginger did not have a soul or something like that.
He was here for about 3 minutes and gets a call from Hot Yoga, and all of a sudden he's gone. So
immediately after he tells us, I got people that I'll talk to for 10 minutes and be like, oh, my wife's calling. Then he's like, oh, my wife's calling.
Wife's calling. And then leaves. Like, I gotta go.
It hurts.
It says, wait, Ghost, that's not a bad idea. All right, let's just see here. Let me go over here. This could be interesting. This could get interesting. We like shooting. Are they live?
And we are docking.
You have to go to their podcast channel, not the actual We Like Shooting channel.
Was that the what's that now?
WLS-podcast. You have to go to that one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's go here, and they are live. Okay. The Armed Citizen podcast is simulcast casting this live. Give Ginger hell. So before I hit that, can y'all hear that? Can y'all, can y'all hear that?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to go present, share screen, also share it to audio, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
I just saw Dave Jr. a couple weeks ago.
All right.
Oh, show off. Because you went to annual meeting.
So we've got wasted time here.
Kind of.
Oh God, Jeremy's here. He doesn't have his Jeremy. We are on.
I know you're on. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he didn't say anything awful.
How is that different than any other day?
This is much better.
Sometimes things are said when the camera's not on.
Live podcast.
Anyway, Matador to Arms, pretty awesome. They've also got the K model or the short one, which is like a 4-ish inch barrel. This is an 8-ish inch barrel. If you
guys hear that out there,
ultra compact,
in the live chat,
option
you
for
guys hear it or no? Can you, Kyle, Chris? Can you hear it?
Yeah, we can.
Do you run that folded in a?
Okay, all right.
Actually, I don't, because I've been looking for the right backpack. It is very short. It's like overall length when it's folded is like 18 or 19 inches, something like that, for my particular
18 or 19
setup.
Inches.
And all of my backpacks are either much too large or just a little bit too small. So
that's what I hear a lot. Just much too small.
Set that
much too small.
Vertex Gamut is a fantastic backpack to check out.
Yeah, I actually was just looking at one of those last week, and they seem very nice. They're also definitely not
Sean?
cheap.
No, they are not. I've got 2 of them, and they were not cheap.
Damn, Mr. Moneybags or Vertex bags over here. Oh, thank God, Sean's back.
Is my stuff working now?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear.
Oh my God, I don't know what exactly is happening with this. It's I think I need a new USB interface. Let me go ahead and send myself an email to get one of those.
Yeah, this is excellent.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy. I was on Nick, you're in charge.
So I said our podcast is much better tonight. Thanks, Sean, for taking Ginger.
Yeah, we talked about it. Matador Arms. What's the promo code, Sean?
WLS is life.
No, they cannot hear us, Jacob.
That'll get you like
some percentage off. They could.
15% actually.
Oh, wow.
I'd be talking some mad shit.
Good deal.
I'd be talking mad shit.
Good deal.
What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just having fun with them. And there goes our.
All right, so we do this thing on the show
copyright
called Dear WLS. In fact, it's pretty much the only thing we do on the show. It's where you send in your questions, as in, why does the sport suck so much? And then we give you answers, as in, I don't know, I can't understand it. And then in 3 months, we will get your reply to that, and we'll talk about that on the show. Then this is a Ponzi scheme for questions.
Anyways, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, that was bending my brain over here, Ghost.
Yeah, no, I get it. I love Sean. I love Sean. So yeah, great podcast. Been on his several times over the years. Great guy, great podcast. Go check out the We Like Shooting podcast. It's great. And Sean actually is the one that owns and runs the Firearms Radio Network as well. So there you go. Sean Heron. Like I said, Ginger's going to sell his soul to get the GOA to whoever he can. So next week, you guys out there need to give him hell to say, I can't believe that you left Ghost Show for Sean's show. It's just a little disappointing. I see where our friendship does have a limit. Apparently, it does have limits.
But he's doing it for the greater good, Ghost. Come August, we're gonna have the best show of all time.
I do know that since NRAM, I talked to him earlier today, and and they filled up. I think as of yesterday or today, I guess today, they filled up range day. Range day, all bays are filled up. So
very nice.
It will be a full range day as far as bays go. It's all filled up, and I know that they've had a ton of people interested in getting into goals since NRAM. Like I said, I talked to him a few hours ago, and he was saying that a lot of companies that have been in from the beginning have now like upgraded the size of their booth. So yeah, really happy. I think it's gonna be a great show. So if you guys, I'll do a little plug for him since he's not here. If you guys haven't heard about it, then get out from under the rock in which you live. But the first annual gun owners called Goals. It's their show and all of that. I'm gonna put the website out there. There you go. Go find all the information you can. If you want to go as media, then there is a way to register and apply for a media pass. I think it's $25 to get in. It's free to all GOA members. If you are not a GOA member, you can still get in. It's $25. And basically what that does is that gets you a GOA membership. So not only do you get into the expo and convention, but you're also going to become a member of the GOA. And if you are interested, the GOA and FPC still have, if you're covered with a lot of different Supreme Court rulings right now. If you remember the GOA and all of that, they're doing a lot of good work. So go support the GOA. But more importantly, it's going to be the cool show. I know that there's going to be concerts. There's going to be great food. There's going to be comedy shows. It's going to be in Knoxville in August. So make sure you go check that out. Goals.gunowners.org. If you're listening to this in podcast form, then I'll put the link in the description, but it's goals.gunowners.org. You really not joining organizations? I understand that, but if you want to go to the show, mandatory carry, and see a lot of cool stuff and meet Kyle in person, meet Chris from the 740 in person, the celebrities, go check out all the companies. I know Anderson is, but I know there's a lot of companies that are kind of going to hold some stuff back an extra month or so for release product wise to announce and showcase at Goals. So a lot of cool stuff will be happening there. And, people like major celebrities like Clover will be there. I mean, major celebrities. I know Kyle, yours and EAA's booth with Chase, y'all are like pretty close together, aren't you?
Yeah,
like you could almost midget toss Clover from your booth to his, I think.
It's very possible, and Chase and I have discussed a Velcro target board and a Clover Tack Velcro suit.
Now, does he have to wear like the sumo wrestling suit, or he's going to wear his whatever he's wearing?
I think it just goes over whatever he's wearing, and it has
like a Velcro vest or something, and he just sticks to the target.
Yeah, and it's got two handles on the back, so you kind of get a good.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Velcro like service dog vest. It's got the handles on top. Fantastic. Yeah. You can probably get like the little poodles, and that would fit Clover pretty well.
Yeah, we were thinking medium or small. So
yeah, maybe Chihuahua would be a little bit too small, but I think if you went with like a Cocker Spaniel size vest, I think a shepherd's vest would be way too big. It would just swallow them.
We were wondering if maybe just the beard alone would.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
Can you imagine just putting Velcro on the beard and then like just sticking him and he's just hanging by his beard? That'd be hilarious.
I have the most hilarious.
Like I would set up a camera, live streaming it the whole weekend, and it's just that one thing is Clover getting thrown into a Velcro target. Like, that would be the greatest live stream ever.
You have a Clover hang time button down in the bottom.
Ooh, and I'd be taking side bets. How far away can we throw Clover into the target, and can we get a bullseye? I mean, I have some side hustles going on, man. Illegal gambling ring. All right. Man, I don't have a whole lot. I've been so tired. I don't have a whole lot. I didn't bring a topic.
I got some.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, do you guys have something? I'm gonna ask the crowd, but yeah, what you got?
This actually has to do with the crowd, and this is just purely out of curiosity. So
yeah,
but I do want to know. But if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine.
I'll talk about whatever.
No, Artak is out there, and I seen him post something on his Instagram from Guns and Gadgets. It was like a comment thread. I just want to know if I could get the tea on that, or if he even feels comfortable talking about that.
You want Artak to kind of spill the beans a little bit?
Yeah, I just want to know what was going on because it didn't look like necessarily a positive thing.
Artak and I talked about it earlier today.
I'm totally in the dark here. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. So what's going on?
So Johnny, I guess his name's Johnny B. It's not a channel I'm subscribed to. He did an interview
used to be
with
a good
Jared.
friend of mine.
Huh?
Said he used to be a good friend of mine.
He did an interview with Jared, and basically Jared said that the GunTubers that are working out of the basements and the garages, basically talking about the small channels, are dead. And I think it definitely ruffled some feathers, I think, with some of the smaller channels. And
gotcha.
Yeah.
I would see why that. So and Jared can call me or text me if he hears about this and all that, but I don't care. I know Jared, and I'm not a fan of Jared. I knew Jared when he was about 3,000 subs, and he was at SHOT Show asking me to introduce him to companies. Guns and Gadgets as a YouTube channel was a massive failure. He could not get any traction. He could not grow. He was not doing good content, and he was boring. The Guns and Gadgets gun channel was not a good one. It is what it is. But Jared so desperately wanted to grow. He wanted to be somebody. And so he went the 2A route. So here's a little secret, guys. If you want your channel to blow up, act like you're a 2A activist and talk nothing but 2A bullshit, whether it's true or not, and you will grow significantly, just like Johnny B did. Johnny sold out and started talking nothing but 2A stuff, and I've known Johnny for a long time, and Johnny has told me and told others point blank, this is 7 years ago, I really don't care about 2A as long as I can shoot my guns, which I'm fine with. I don't care. But you can't go around saying that you're Mr. 2A now, and you've always been Mr. 2A, when all you did was do that so that your channels would grow finally, because Jared was stuck in the mud around 3,000 to 5,000 subs. No offense. Stuck in the mud. Couldn't grow. Was going to SHOT Show. Didn't know anybody. And was asking me at that time. I was like at 1,000 subs. But I knew a lot of people. I don't have a problem. I know it's kind of strange. I know you guys know me, but I know it's weird. I don't have a problem talking to people. I don't have a problem meeting new people. The days of small gun channels in the basement are over, is what he and Johnny said. And let's just be honest. To a certain extent, that's probably true. Let's just speak the truth. Algorithms are not going to give most really small channels that are not doing anything particularly remarkable much love. The gun channels that are small have an opportunity. I don't know how big you were when I first met you, Chris, but you were maybe around 1,000, maybe less than 1,000 when I first met you. But you've done some amazing work. You've taken the videography to a whole nother level. Your personality sticks out. So just because everyone starts out small, it's what you do with that. And some people that are in the basement or in the garage that you never see them out and about. They never go to the range and shoot guns. They're just sitting in the basement doing very boring reviews. It's going to be tough for them. And that's just the way it is. But that's not just the gun niche. That's everyone. Like here's the thing, guys. And I don't want to harp on people, but people want to be entertained. You can say what you want. You might do technically the best gun review ever, but if you're boring and not entertaining, people aren't going to watch. They're never going to see it.
Well,
you got to entertain people.
If you go watch that interview, it's only, I think it's like 15 minutes. Jared did go on to elaborate about that. He did say he did bring the algorithm up just like you did.
Yeah, and
he's right on that. But he also elaborated by saying that channels like Grantham and these bigger channels, they're hiring full production crews to do these videos now. You can't screw. I mean, you can't do anything about
here's the thing:
guys like me don't have that
guys,
kind of money.
Well, no, but here's the thing that you also have to understand is they're making tens of $1,000s a month. They have to spend their money or it's going to get taken from taxes. So they're corporations. I have my Ghost Tactical is an LLC. Mine's a corporation. I get to write off anything and everything that I do money wise that I put towards a channel. Now it does help. So for tax things, they're going to hire employees. They're going to become a small business. They're going to buy gear. They're going to do all that stuff. They are a production company. You're talking about someone like Grantham that's going to make. Some of these guys are making $100,000 per video. That's not a joke. That's legitimate. There are people that are going to make 100 to 125,000. Companies, I'm not saying Anderson, but gun companies are paying some of your quote unquote favorite gun tubers over $100,000 for a video.
Yeah,
a video.
We just cut our check to Ghost and Chris not too long ago.
Hell yeah! Hey, that's 77. Hey, that's 77 cents, baby. I'm telling you. But no, they have to. Like when you start getting that big, and you're talking over 1 million subs, you're making a shit ton of money. You've got to figure out a way to structure yourself as a corporation that helps with tax write-offs, especially you hiring a crew. Now you're a small business. There's all sorts of tax shelters. And if you're not tax savvy or business savvy, you're going to get steamrolled. But these guys hire some people that know what they're doing business-wise, and you have to. They have people that look at comments. They have people that answer emails for them. That's just the way it goes, but you have to do some of that stuff. And I'm not talking bad about all the big channels. I can just tell you there's a handful of people that have blown up in the last since COVID that I knew personally and still know, but I knew very well personally, 7-8 years ago. And I remember when, and the vast majority of them kind of blew up because during COVID, they saw the trends, and the trends were the 2A stuff. That was during the Rittenhouse stuff. That was during a lot of stuff, the riots. The 2A stuff was getting massive views, and they made a conscious decision to turn their focus on 2A news, not because they care about the 2A, not because they wanted to be a news source for 2A. Trust me, I know these people. They wanted their channels to grow. So be very careful on who you trust, because most of the time they're being fed information by some of the organizations and saying, oh, I have a personal contact. Well, it's funny how they never say who that personal contact is. It is what it is. Jared, I don't watch Jared's stuff. I have no problem if he wants to be the what does he call himself now? The premier source of 2A news. I think that's what he calls himself. Great. Go for it. Is he giving out wrong information? He's been known to. He's been known to jump the gun and make some bad calls. Everyone does. Even professional people at Fox and CNN jump the gun and make bad calls on news. It is what it is. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think that he's doing anything wrong. I just know him as a different person, and he can tell you what he's doing and what he's always done. But I know why he's doing what he's doing, and I know why several of them are. It's okay. I choose personally not to watch or support them. But they have massive followings, and hey, good for them. It sounds like I'm bitter. I'm not. I'm not bitter. I care less. If when I hit 20,000 subs, I quit caring. I never thought I was going to get to 1,000 subs, But when I hit 20,000 subs, I don't care. I quit caring a long time ago, and I don't care if I ever get 200,000 or 1,000,000 or whatever. Don't care. Some people, that's what they live for. That's how they judge themselves. That's how they perceive their own lives, is how popular they are on these social medias. And that's great. That's great. I do this because I enjoy doing this. And the second that I don't enjoy doing this, I'm out, no matter how many subs I have. It is what it is. There's my soapbox. Go ahead, guys.
No, I'm glad to bring that up, because I was going to say, like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do on my channel. And the day that I'm not doing what I want to do, well, then the fun's not there anymore. And
that's right. And you're doing
enough
a
money
job.
in
Like I
this
said,
to
I couldn't be more proud of anyone than you. You have really stepped up your game. You're making rest of us look bad, by the way. But but no, I love what you're doing cinematography wise, and man, I love what you're doing. Yeah. There's a reason why you're blowing up, man. I got nothing but love for you, man. Got any plans for when 50K happens? I haven't. I know I'm close. I haven't even thought about it. I mean, I'm sure that I'll have some kind of a extravaganza and all that. I'm sure there'll be maybe some items to give away or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know, because here's the thing. As much as I love doing that stuff, I don't want people to come to the channel because I'm giving stuff away. Like, come to the channel because you want to come to the channel. Because if you start saying, oh, 50,000 50,000 sub giveaway, people will come, and as soon as they don't win or whatever, they're going to unsub and they're gone. You'll never see them again. They might not unsub, but they're never going to come back again. And I'd rather have 3,000 subs, but having a group of people that in a community that I'm proud of and are interactive and all of that, than a bunch of people that subscribe for meaningless shit and then you never hear from them again. I don't want that. I don't know. I'm sure we'll do something for 50,000. What's up, Lance? My homie here in town. Off the X out there. I'm sure we'll do something. I honestly haven't even thought about it. I have no idea, but we'll do something. We'll do something at 50,000.
Bring the Savannah bananas in for the 50,000.
Yeah. All the money I'm making on YouTube, like tens of dollars I make, Imaging Edge webcam.
I'm here. I gotta fix my camera again.
Okay.
He said, speaking of the most dynamic videos, let me get my camera adjusted real quick.
He's getting ready to make us look stupid, I think. You're coming up on 10,000, aren't you, Chris?
I'm getting there. I think I'm 70, a little over 78.
You're growing fast. And I'll tell you this, what I found out, the more you grow, the faster you grow, because it starts just feeding off each other. It just kind of feeds itself. It feeds the algorithm and all that. So you're growing pretty good, man. Like we've been known each other for a couple of years now, right? Maybe 2 or 3 years.
Well, we met in person in 22 at Wanamaker
at Tulsa, but we knew each other for about maybe 6 months prior to that, like through the internets, but roughly. So let's say 2 years. This time 2 years ago, let's say. How big were you then when we first met?
I think I was somewhere between like 1,000 and 1,500 subs.
Okay, so you're around that 1,000 sub mark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. In 2 years, you've grown over 6 times what you were. That's pretty solid. Artec says, if one of my videos helped just one person at a time and money, yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. Is this is what I tell people all the time when they're starting to get out and trying to think about doing this. They'll say, I'll get emails or I'll get comments on videos. Do you have any any words of advice for a new YouTuber and all that? And I say, just do what you want to do. And this is how I do it, or I try to. Mandatory carry since $12. Speaking of tens of dollars, get a kit. Greensmartliving.com. There you go. Will do, brother. Thank you. But I tell people all the time, how I try to do it is I try to make videos that I would want to watch. I make some pretty dumb videos. Some people think they're funny. I mean, I think they're kind of fun. I have fun making them, but like they're dumb videos sometimes. But that's kind of my sense of humor. But I try to make videos that I would want to watch. And you just have to trust that there's other weird people that have the same likes that you do that want to watch that same kind of video. And, I don't know. I mean, I think that the biggest thing is just be true to you. Do what you want to do. I'll tell you this. I've seen a lot of channels come and go in just the 7 short years that I've been doing this. A lot of channels come and go. And most of them left because they started trying to make videos that would blow up. They tried to start gaming the algorithm. They try to start using trending stuff, and they try to start doing things that they thought were just going to try to blow their channel up, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to be lucky, right? That's just the way it is. You have to have that 1 or 2 or 3 videos that hit the algorithm and blow up. I've got a video that's getting ready to go over 1 million views, and unfortunately for me, that's a demonetized video, so I haven't made a penny off of 1 million views, which that would be nice, wouldn't it? But that video's gonna go over 1 million views. I can't tell you how many subs that one video has brought in. Can't tell you. I could tell you, but I mean, I haven't looked at it. But I guarantee that's, well, you know what? I'm not going to show it, but I want to go see how many videos that video has brought in.
Yeah, my biggest video on my channel is not monetized either, because it was one of the first videos I did, and it's like I didn't know the rules back then. So it's
I get it. Yeah, no, I get it.
And it still just cranks every day, and I'm like,
oh, so it's gone over 1 million views.
Come on, man! I'm like, I could be making a little bit of money on this one.
Yeah, it's finally gone. I didn't realize it had gone over 1 million views, but it's gone over 1 million views. I've made $1.40 off of that video and over 1 million views, and it's brought in 2,000 subscribers. Just that one video's brought in 2,000 subs. But that video's got 1 million views now. I made $1.40. So people out there are saying, if you can't, if you get that yellow, dollar sign, or your video is demonetized, YouTube's not going to push it. They're not going to, it's not going to do anything. My biggest video has got over 1 million views, and it's just one video. It's demonetized. So that just blows that out of the water. My biggest video is a video that I can't make. I made $1.40 on 1 million views.
So instead of monetary, though, at least it brought you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And there's a lot of people out there that says, "Oh, well, if you're not gonna, if for those of you that don't know, once you're able to monetize your channel, and you upload a video, and it's gonna go through the monetization process. It's either gonna give you a green dollar sign, which means yes, you can make money on this video, or it's gonna give you a yellow one that says limited monetization, or you get the dreaded gray one, which means demonetized, or the red one now. But the yellow one basically says you can still make money off of like YouTube Premium and this, that, and the other. But a lot of people will tell you, that experts will tell you, that if your dollar sign for that video is yellow, which means it's limited, that since it can't make money, that YouTube's not going to push it out there, because they want to make money on your videos just as much as you want to make money on your videos. Obviously not the case. Obviously, that video's been out for 2-3 years now. It's got over 1 million views, and I've made $1.40, but it's brought in 2,000 subs. Just that one video has brought in 2,000 subs. 69,000 watch hours on that one video. It's a lot of watch hours.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people will tell you about YouTube. And talking about the whole, the sky is falling two-way stuff. If people can scare you with the sky is falling, they're coming for your guns, two-way news, like Jared and some of these guys, their channels will blow up. I'll also tell you what, be careful about also is if you see some of your favorite YouTubers out there that say YouTube's out to get GunTubers, they're coming after us, they're canceling, they're demonetizing our channels and all of that. That's bullshit. If their channels are being demonetized, it's because they have broken policy. They, as a channel, have broken policy. Now, are they going to be able to do some weird stuff with individual videos? Yeah. They're not going to go and delete channels or suspend channels or demonetize channels without a serious infraction of YouTube community policy. And even if they do, you can go in and appeal it. And typically, if something like that happens, the human eyes will fix it. And there's also some other recourse that you can take if whatever. But typically, YouTube's not going to go and cancel someone's channel or demonetize a channel for no reason. So if your favorite YouTubers out there talking about YouTube's doing a bunch of stuff to them, understand that they did it to themselves. I'm not sticking up for YouTube. I'm speaking the truth here. You may not like to hear this truth. The ugly truth is they've done something to flag the algorithm or flag something to where they've broken some sort of policy or guideline. Let's see here. Anyway, Susan's a thief. There you go. I don't want Susan. I don't even know who the hell Susan is, but okay.
Yeah.
And it says, don't, huh?
I'm not tracking either.
Yeah, I'm not very smart, but it says, don't they also pay for views and subs? There's a lot. There's a lot of channels that you would be surprised that have bought views and subs. A couple of people that I know personally that I no longer talk to have spent thousands of dollars to buy subs. Why? Because they want to feel good about themselves. I don't know. It's weird. But yes, that does happen too. They buy views, they buy subs. Ironically, every year, at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, YouTube does a pretty big purge. And if you're a creator and you notice that, let's say you're at 5,000 subs and wake up one morning, now you're at 4,600 subs. Like, whoa. And it's not that they're fake. What happens is YouTube will go in, and if there's an account that hasn't been active for 6 months or a year or whatever since the last purge, they're just going to assume that that person is no longer active on the channel or on the platform, and they get rid of it because that takes up space and that takes up all sorts of stuff. So they do purge accounts quite frequently, at least once a year, if not twice a year. Now, through that purging process, if you have a bunch of robot and fake subs, two things can happen. One, that you can just delete those and you go from 20,000 back down to 600 subs, whatever the case may be, and you're found out. Or two, they can kick you off the platform. They can turn your channel off. They just hit a button, your channel is no longer there. They can do that. As soon as I started this channel in BMC, I got dozens of, and I tell you, YouTube is not as big. I think that because YouTube, I think, does a pretty good job of kind of cleaning that up. Maybe back in the day it didn't. I mean, that's where a lot of people were doing that. These days, YouTube's pretty. They clean that stuff up pretty good. Where I tell you where it's pretty bad is Instagram. Instagram is pretty bad on buying followers and all that. Because I don't know, maybe Instagram itself doesn't do a great job of policing themselves. I don't know, but I know that all of a sudden there's a guy that I used to watch that kept on popping up on my feed. This is probably 4 or 5 years ago. There was at like 2,000 followers. Next thing I know, he was like 17,000 followers, like in a week. And I'm like, that's kind of fishy, you know? And then all of a sudden he disappeared. So I don't know if they kicked him off the platform or what. I don't know. Wes says, what gets me is they do retroactive policies with flag videos from years ago, sometimes that were within policy when it was posted. That's true. And I get what you're saying. And once again, I am not taking up for YouTube. What I'm simply going to do is play devil's advocate and tell you real shit that you're not going to hear from other people, because they're either going to tell you that YouTube's terrible or YouTube's the greatest thing ever. As a creator, you are responsible for the content on your channel. If something was well within the guidelines 3 years ago, and all of a sudden they change a guideline, and now that video doesn't pass policy, it's your responsibility as the creator to do what you got to do. If they flag that video, that's because it was that creator's responsibility to maintain under guidelines. Now, I'll tell you what's bullshit is there are a lot of people out there that I'm assuming they're the anti-gunners, right? Or they just don't like us for some reason. There's a lot of people that are, I've heard, don't have any proof of this, but I'm not going to say that because I don't know this truth. I do know there's a lot of people that go around gun channel videos and report them constantly. And the problem that I have with that is they're reporting them because of the type of content, gun content. Could be a really good informative educational video, but people that are anti-gun are going to go around and report and flag videos. The problem with that is YouTube's initial reaction is to take those videos down before even doing the least bit of investigation. Now you can go and appeal, and they'll probably bring them back or whatever. But for me, being able to go off and just report, or I sit there and say, okay, guys, I want everyone in this chat to go to XYZ channel that's doing anti-gun stuff and report a video, and they get 30, 50, 100 reports in an hour, YouTube's going to take that video down, when all that was a collective thing. People, let's go screw these people, and that ain't right. And so anyways, we went down in the weeds on that one. Sorry,
boy, I opened a can of worms I didn't even know was there.
It's just I don't mind talking about this stuff. I want the people out there to understand. I want to pull a curtain back. I want people to understand how this stuff works. A lot of people out there may not understand how all this stuff works with YouTube and what their favorite creators are doing or saying, and how it may not be the truth or whatever. I think they deserve to know and get a look behind the curtain, see what the wizard looks like,
100%. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and I don't know a lot. I just know my experiences, and I happen to know quite a few people, and I know quite a few people that have done certain things, and it is what it is. So just be careful. I'll be careful watching my shit. I'm an idiot, bro. I'm not very smart. Like, don't take anything that I go watch Chris's stuff if you want like good shit, like informative, true shit. Don't watch mine. Mine's not very good. I might entertain you a little bit, but no, I'm proud of the videos we put out, but it is what it is. Any other questions you guys have out in the chat? I mean, we can go down whatever rabbit hole you want. Chris, Kyle, while we're waiting for any questions from the chat, Kyle will give you a few minutes to talk about Anderson real quick.
Yeah. Come check out Anderson Manufacturing. Check us out on all socials at Anderson Manufacturing. If you've been on the show or keeping up with the show, you probably already know this, but we brought in a CEO. He's a great guy. Ghost, you got to meet him. Chris, you will get to meet him at GOA, hopefully. And bringing in Jennifer Tuttle, our new marketing director. So be looking for some bigger, better things from Anderson Manufacturing here in the next couple months. And like you said, we're working on some fresh launches for GOA. Yep. So very much looking forward to that. And give us a look. Check us out, AndersonManufacturing.com or at Anderson Manufacturing on all social platforms except X. And X is at Anderson Rifles.
So I have been doing my best to start doing Twitter stuff in X. I even called Chris, and I was gonna call. I haven't called Chris yet, but I called Kyle and start asking him some questions. I'm going to call Chris. I know Chris does quite a bit, but I want to say it's X. Let me make sure here. X.com. There we go. So let me get this link I'll put out there. Copy and paste. I'm going to start doing a lot more on X. I was never a Twitter guy. Never really understood Twitter. Still don't. But I was talking with a guy, Jeremy, over at AvantLink at NRAM for about 45 minutes, and he was telling me, since Elon bought Twitter and turned it into X, you can put different links that we weren't able to put on Twitter before. They're pretty much the wild, wild west over there. So they don't care about putting gun links and all that stuff and videos. And so I'm going to start utilizing X. So you go over there and follow. I put the link over to our Twitter X. It's x.com USMC Ghost, but the O in Ghost is a 0. But if you just search Ghost Tactical, it'll come up. But we'll start utilizing Twitter quite a bit now and trying to use and see how that's. So if you're out there and you follow me on Twitter, you're getting ready to follow me on Twitter, I want to go ahead and apologize now. My Twitter game sucks. I'm still trying to figure out what Twitter game is, much less how to do it. I'm not very good at it. Chris, I know you're pretty good at it, Chris. So
no, not really. I mean, I'm kind of like you. I really don't understand it, but
yeah,
I'm learning, and I really want to start promoting it. I'm trying to figure out a way to.
We are live on X right now. I am simulcasting this on X,
yeah.
So
I'm doing that. I'm putting my live show over there, but I really want to start getting people over there because it is very 2A friendly over there. I mean, yeah. I post deals all day long over there, and I haven't been in trouble for one thing over there. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm starting to get a little bit of traction. I've been picking up about 20 new followers a week over there, so it's a slow go, but I'm doing better over there than I am on Instagram. I mean, as far as gaining followers.
Yeah, I was somewhere like around 515 followers forever, and I've gained about 10 over the weekend. But understand that it was so funny is I had 500 followers on Twitter, and I never did anything on Twitter. Like my only presence on Twitter for the last 6 years has been back when you could. Every time you post on Instagram, you used to be able to set it up to where when you post on Instagram, it automatically shared to Twitter. And so basically what I posted on Instagram was on Twitter. And that was my Twitter presence, was basically Instagram doing it for me. I never posted anything. And I had like 500 followers on Twitter, which is hilarious. I was never on it. But I've actually, but I haven't, but I gained 10 over the weekend roughly. So that's interesting. So, go give us a follow over on Instagram. We're going to try.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to try to start doing some stuff.
I think a month ago, I only had like 40 followers over there. I never did anything with it. I started it and it just sat there. But now that I'm using it, I'm starting to pick. You can see there's a growth over there. And I think a lot of people are starting to figure it out. Like, hey, let's all go over here because we don't have to.
You don't have to worry as much anymore.
Yeah, at all, pretty much.
and Wes says I like X for the list. See, I haven't dove in to the list. I guess there's a thing called what are they called? I was just over there. There's a thing called Spaces that I think it's like live chats like this, but it's like people create like private room chats and you can talk about whatever. I haven't tried that stuff. I haven't tried anything except for like just posting some stuff over the weekend. So, like I said, we're gonna start messing with the old X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and see how it goes. Like I said, I'll try it. You know, a lot of people said that's kind of where a lot of people are going now because you can post gun stuff. You can post links. I can put AndersonManufacturing.com on there and I won't get kicked off like I would other formats because of putting a gun, website out there. So we're going to try it for sure. We'll see what happens. Kyle is a company. I know you guys put your stuff out on X and all of that. From the industry side, how has X been for you guys as far as being able to put specials or whatever? They don't bother you guys either?
They do not. I really like the platform. I'm kind of like you, though, still trying to feel it out and figure out like what works and what doesn't. So, but I think that's any social platform. It's always evolving, and you got to keep up with it.
And what worked 6 months ago may not be working it now. You know, 100%. So if you find a video that's a year old, and they say, "Here's how you grow your Twitter or Instagram or YouTube," and it's a year old, well, chances are it ain't going to work today. And I have watched a couple of videos on not how to grow Twitter. I'll do searches like, what are the features that you can, like how to use certain features on Twitter, because I don't have a damn clue what I'm doing. So I do know about the spaces. I haven't gone to any of them yet, but I learned about that. I have seen the listing, but I have not started using the list feature. So I don't know exactly what that is. Do you guys, either one of you, use the list feature?
I do not.
I don't either. Let's go to Twitter real quick and find out what lists. Discover new lists. There is one called Guns and Ammo, 5,000 followers. Okay. Pew Pew Life. I guess they suggest lists kind of depending upon what your kind of content is.
Guns. I think I did do that then.
I guess it's like what communities kind of, to me, what it looks like is like pages over like, or groups over on Facebook. You have these different groups. I think this is what this kind of is. So I'll follow a couple and see what happens.
That way it kind of knows what to load your feed up with.
I think so. That's what it looks like. Something's going on with the Trump case. It looks like a lot of tweets about that going on, so I'm not sure. Wes says lists can be specific accounts you follow, and you can create your own. So if you want to follow only your buddies, and you can create a list with just oh, I got you. So nice. Okay, so if I want to have a list on my buddies, and then I could have another list on anything gun stuff, or I do a list for college baseball or NFL football. That kind of sets up what my feed's going to be. That's interesting. Now that sounds kind of cool. So I could have like four different feeds or whatever. If I'm understanding that, is that what kind of y'all are getting? Is you can get that's interesting.
Sounds
I can
like
create a list of just Ghost, Chris, and Kyle, and that's the only ones that show up in that list. Interesting.
That's cool.
I like that.
Sounds like we need Wes to do a X101 class for it.
I think Wes needs to do a video on YouTube explaining the list for everybody. That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Christopher, what you guys got going on? I know that you all are busy, and you have a show this week or no?
No, we're gonna do that'll be next Thursday.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to you about that. I'd like to have you come on. I'm going to get, I got to finally shoot a Cox Arms rifle. So
I just picked mine up last week. I haven't shot it yet.
Oh my, boy, that is one nice AR. So
Michael does a great job. I know Michael went out for a couple of years. Great guy. He's a former Marine. He's a jarhead. Great dude. He's been on the show a couple of times actually. But yeah, they make some really good rifles. Which one did you get?
Well, I didn't get one. Matt sent me his. He sent me the Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Matt from RTT. He sent it to me. I had it for about a month, and man, I shot so many rounds through that gun. It's nice. So I'm going to have him on next Thursday, and I'll talk to you in the back chat.
Yep. We'll do that. I'm sure we'll have time.
That's my show for next Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I just got mine. I picked it up at the gun shop a week or so ago, and it's their new rifle. It's called the EMR, the Everyday Man's Rifle, and this is kind of one of this. And it is not because of me. I'm going to preface this, but this is something that I've been talking with Michael for the last couple of years about. And he was like, man, they've got that $2,000 to $2,500 AR. Really, and they're great rifles. Like, they're great rifles. I've shot the Guardian. I've shot different ones. I have not shot this EMR yet, but they're really good quality rifles. But I was like, bro, like, it's a $2,000 to $2,500 rifle. I was like, you want to, from a company that no one knows, right? And no one's ever heard of. So chances are the average person isn't going to go spend a couple grand on an AR from a company they never heard, regardless of how good people they hear. They're not going to do that. And I said, what you need to do is to introduce what you guys can do with your rifles to that $1,000 rifle, because I think that $1,000 rifle people will still be willing to take a chance on. And that's what the EMR rifle is. And I'm sorry, Kyle, we're talking about another AR company, but that's what we do here. But it's called the Everyday Man's Rifle. And once again, he's a jarhead. He's a friend. Michael's an interesting guy, very interesting guy. It'd be worth checking out the podcast next week. He is a character, put it that way. But they came out with that that $1,000 roughly AR. It's called the Everyday Man's Rifle, and it's the base model of every rifle they have, like the Guardian and different ones. It's just some of the stuff isn't the upgraded stuff yet, but it's a really cool rifle. It came to me. I don't know if all of them do. Mine came to me in a Savior bag with it, so that's kind of cool. You get a Savior bag, rifle bag. My gun shop goes, hey man, you got a rifle here, and it came with a gun bag in it too. And I was like, oh yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's a Savior bag, like it came with the rifle. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So but I'm looking forward to messing with that. I'm gonna try to get to the range maybe Thursday or Friday this week. And I've got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. I got to get some more stuff done with the front line. I got some stuff with some Gideon optics. And I'll probably throw one of those optics on the new Cox Arms EMR. Definitely want to go shoot it, before next week if I want to jump on with you. At least have some experience with it. At least put a couple mags through it, a couple boxes at least through it, get 100 rounds under my belt before and all that. G23 says, Kyle, I have your back, picked up a Poverty Pony lower about a week ago. There you go, man.
Hell yeah.
I tell people all the time, the average person, I would say that the majority of people that own more than one AR in their lives, or maybe one or two ARs, they have multiple ARs. Whether they realize it or not, probably have Anderson parts. And it may not be something that says Anderson. You guys do a lot of work for other companies and make parts for other companies behind the scenes as well. So I think everyone that's in the AR game probably has something that comes from your guys' factory, whether it's stamped Anderson or not, which is kind of a cool thing. You guys are, when it comes to the AR game, you are one of the big dogs, which is kind of a cool place to be. I know we talk about this personally and publicly, I cannot wait to see what happens to Anderson in the next couple of years. I think that y'all are getting ready to go to another atmosphere that maybe you guys didn't even know that existed or thought you'd ever get to. But between Jeff and Jennifer coming on board, and I'm sure some of the changes that'll be made with those two people with different strategies, and that's going to free you up to do some really cool stuff as well. Instead of having to do three people's job, you can focus on what you're, trying to do with content. I can't wait to see what you guys do in the next couple of years, brother.
I'm excited. Pretty soon I'll be showing up in the pre-show chat and be like, "Oh, sorry, Gus, I gotta go to another show, big dog."
I hope we have that problem, bro.
Nah.
I mean, because right now, if this is the tip of the spear for you guys, y'all are in some shitty ass luck. If my show is the one that you guys have, I hope you guys are getting on the big dog shows before too long. That'd be great.
Nah, man. First off, don't discount yourself, man. I freaking love this show. I even be tuning in when I'm not on it. So
we have fun. It's about having fun and entertaining and speaking some truth, whether people want to hear it or not. I will always tell you how I'm feeling. You're never going to have to worry about what I'm thinking about on a subject, because I'll tell you whether you like it or not.
Hell, I'd much rather do this show than my own show.
That's why I like it. It just keeps it real about the 2A community. Like, we are a tight-knit family, but we're also got those family feuds that go on every now and again and different stuff like that. So it's interesting, man. I really enjoy it. So
Mandatory Carry wants to know where Anderson's from. They're from Hebron. Am I saying that right? Hebron or Hebron? Hebron, Kentucky, just outside of Cincinnati, basically, right?
Yep. Right.
If people know where Cincinnati, Ohio is. They're on the Kentucky side of the river, I bet.
Oh, definitely on the Kentucky side, but Cincinnati Airport is in Hebron, Kentucky.
Which is crazy.
And Kentucky owns the rights to the Ohio River, and it's called the Ohio River. What the heck is that?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
Nah, I know why it's called the Ohio River, though. That predates America. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it does. That goes back hundreds of years ago, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's talking about the new guy to Anderson. What? Oh, where is the Anderson man? I thought you meant like, where is Anderson man? Like Anderson Manufacturing. Where do you know? He wants to know where Jeff's coming from. Where was he before Anderson?
EOTech.
And he's had some time with Federal before that, maybe, or something.
Federal. Gosh, there's another. To be honest, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but he's been
in the business for a long time. He's been in the industry for 20 plus years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then Jennifer, who's going to be the new marketing director, is coming from. She's been in the industry for 20 years plus as well. So I'm looking forward to. I've met Jeff. We met in Dallas. Amazing. Had about a 15-20 minute conversation personally with him, and then I was there while other people were talking to him. I've told Kyle this, his leadership, his vision, his enthusiasm, his energy. Like, I told Kyle, I was like, man, he got me wanting to go work for him at Anderson, man. Like, I was like, man, I'm ready to go. Suit me up, coach. Put me in,
We'll take you.
Yeah. And Jennifer is going to be, wasn't he at Vista? Yeah, Federal. I mean, that's Federal, Vista, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and Jennifer's had a long track in the industry with a bunch of different companies. I know at one point, was it SIG Academy she was with at one point, something like
SIG
that?
Academy, I think most recently coming from Ballistic Advantage.
There you go. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, I never met the Andersons. Maybe one day I'll get a chance to. That'd be awesome to meet the Andersons. But I love the fact that it's a company, family-owned company, with deep, rich roots and family pride. But they also know that there does come a point in time when they can, they've probably taken the company as far as they can take it at this point, and are entrusting someone with their their heritage, their name, their legacies, and say, take us to the next level. So first of all, that's pretty awesome that they were able and willing to kind of give up the, no pun intended with the Anderson, the pony, but the reins. They were willing to give up the reins and bring in a couple of people that they know will take you guys to the next level, bring in fresh ideas. And oh, by the way, let them do their jobs and not micromanage them. That's big. That's really big. So I can't wait, man.
That's huge. It's kind of like what you're talking about with the YouTube channels. Like you just get so big to where you got to start.
It's no longer a small business. You're responsible for thousands of people, and their families, Yeah.
So
excited to see it. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Maybe in the next month or so, I'd love to.
Like to get Jeff on here and Jennifer.
I'd love to get both of them on. We can make it the Anderson night,
Yeah.
More importantly, I've met Jeff in person, but I can't wait to meet Jennifer sometime this summer at one of the shows. I'm sure she'll be at some of these shows we're going to, but no, and like I said, I'm really happy for you because I know that you've been wearing a lot of different hats and really kind of not been able to do what you actually were hired and meant to do for the company. You were wearing a lot of different hats, and now I think this will free you up to do some really cool stuff at Anderson as well.
It will. It's really never bothered me wearing all the hats.
I know it doesn't bother you, but I know that, you're put in a position maybe that you weren't ready for or didn't know was coming,
Yeah. I mean, when it's going to sound cliche as hell, but when you love the company you work for, like you will do whatever it freaking takes.
And I know the passion that you have for Anderson. People, you grew up there. Like this is not something you didn't move there because of this job. This is where you grew up. They've been a part of your community and your life well before you started working there. But and I know some of the stuff that they've done for you. And it just shows that they care about their employees and not just you, but other people that we know that they've gone out and helped as much as they can, which is great. That's what you want to hear about a family-owned business. I think a lot of it comes down to just probably being good people. I know I've talked about going to Kentucky. We talked about going to Kentucky and doing a tour of the factory and going to a Reds game. We're both big Reds fans, but I'd love to do that. I mean, I think it'd be awesome maybe to meet the Andersons, just shake their hand and say, thanks for creating this freaking company that's, it's a great company. And I think the fact that, like I said, they're bringing Jeff and Jennifer in and there's no telling what changes are coming down the road, what ideas are coming down the road. There might be something happening a year from now that no one ever thought would ever happen at Anderson. You never know. That's kind of the cool thing is it's Anderson 2.0 almost,
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Be interested to see if there's any rebranding, not necessarily with logos and all that, but just like, what do they call them? Not the logos, but not taglines, but mottos, like company sayings and mottos. Like there's no telling what happens. Like there could be all sorts of stuff. The new marketing person come in,
Yeah.
Fun.
Jennifer's already got a little motto.
I know that motto, and I love that motto that she has.
It's definitely not going to be
actually pretty awesome.
It's
slogan. There you go, G23. Like I said, I'm not very smart, guys. I'm not very smart.
It's definitely probably not going to be the tagline, but definitely.
No, I know it's not, but it's
definitely
pretty
something I'm going to hang in the office for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be something that's used, but just not through advertising and marketing publications, probably. But I mean, what she's talking about is right, though. I mean, it's pretty awesome, and how she came up and wording it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cell service now, still no power evening, folks. What's up, Clove? Jump in if you're on your phone if you'd like. We're getting ready to get out of here, actually, so you can jump in the after chat if you want. But yeah, guys, go check out AndersonManufacturing.com. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great products over there. Use code GHOST. More importantly, use code Chris from the 740. Saves you a little bit of money. We don't make any money off of it. It's just there. The Anderson's done that for our viewers and our supporters, our family, if you will, to help save a little bit of money. And I think that's awesome. Thank you for you guys doing that. Go check out Chris from 740 once again. You guys know how I feel about Chris. I think Chris knows how I feel about him. I love this guy. Truly one of the up and coming rising stars in the GunTuber world. If you're listening to some podcasts or watching this and never been to Chris's channel, do yourself a favor. Go, and you're going to be hooked. Great stuff. Really proud of you, Chris. I know that how hard you work, and I know that everything that you're doing couldn't be more proud. And your speed and rate that you're growing couldn't have happened to a better person. We've talked about some people on the show tonight that have grown for other reasons, and you're doing it the right way. You're doing it the right way, and you're doing it for the right reasons. So really, really, really proud of you guys. Go check out Chris from 740 next week, Thursday at 7:40 Eastern, or 8, roughly around that time. 8 o'clock Eastern, which is 7 o'clock Central. Your show is it 8? It's 8 Eastern, correct?
Yep, 8 Eastern next Thursday. Yeah. Can I plug one little thing before we get out of here?
Plug whatever the hell you want, man.
AIM Day is this weekend. So if you're in the Ohio, Kentucky area and you want to come up, I will be there all day.
So what is it, by the way? So people, I don't know what it is, but
so it's an AIM surplus. They call it AIM Day. They do it twice
by the way,
a year.
one of the best hats in the business right there. AIM surplus hat is rocking.
So if you've never been to like a trade show, it's kind of a little mini trade show, and you kind of it's open to the public. It's free, so people can come in. This one here, we're going to have all my buddies from Gideon Optics are coming for the first time, so that's going to be fun. Sig's going to be there, Trigicon. There's a bunch of people coming. I can't think.
So basically, the companies that AIM works with, they're going to try to bring some of those vendors in and kind of do it. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it keeps getting bigger every one they do, and it's fun. There's free food, and then they got huge sales during the show. So
now this is where in Ohio, so people might know.
So it's in Monroe, Ohio. So it's right outside of Cincinnati, and it's 10 to 4 Eastern on Saturday. So come over and hang out with me for a while. So I'll be there all day.
You're not going to be able to miss the guy. I mean, look for the guy that's about 6'4", that's wearing all black, the ZZ Top beard, and is a huge teddy bear of a man. That's Chris. That is Chris.
I might have to pop up for that one.
You should. Do y'all do work with AIM Surplus?
Oh yeah.
Do you? Okay, cool.
Yep. Haven't made it to an AIM Day yet, but we will.
There's all sorts of opportunities going to happen in the next few years, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, post show. All right. Man, we stretched this into 2 hours. This is a weird show. I enjoyed it. It was a weird show because we went down some rabbit holes of YouTube stuff, and yeah, cool. It's a great show. Thank you guys. We still got 20-something people watching after 2 hours of bullshit. So that's interesting. Thanks for you guys for hanging out with us this long. If you've made it this long, especially if you've made this long in replay or in podcast form, God bless you. We do not give refunds here, so you're stuck. Your money's already been spent. Thank God it's free, right? If this wasn't free, then we wouldn't have anyone watching. So, yeah, absolutely, Wes. Thanks for the X info. Good call there, Chris. Go check us out over on X. Just search Ghost Tactical and look for our logo. We're over there. Go check us out on Instagram as well. But yeah, we're gonna start doing a bunch of stuff on X. We just started over this weekend and having some fun. Still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't understand it, but we're gonna try. Hope you guys are safe from storms. Wes, I know you guys had some crazy shit going on this weekend too. Wes says his first arrow barrel was Anderson bought from AIM. There you go. G20 said the first 30 minutes was informative. Last 90 minutes, not sure. Hey, I'm glad you gave me credit for 30 minutes. I thought about the first 4 minutes. Let's just be honest. No, we have a good time. Thank you guys for everybody. Semper Fidelis, right? Everyone's saying Semper Fi. That's right. Oh shit, Clover. Clover's in the hizzy as we're getting ready to say in stream. You got anything you want to plug before we get out of here, bud?
No, I thought you were all fair.
All right, so we're getting out of here, guys. We'll see you next week. Semper Fi.